Welcome to Bunhae Wednesdays. Hope I'm getting that pronunciation better. Sometimes a B and P in Korean are interchangeable. In this episode, we're going to be looking at the factor in a lot of forms where you do the same move 3 times. And here's a simple example of this. In our first basic form, we do 3 kicks down the line. In Pyeongchoran, we do 3 punches down the line. Pyeongidan, we do 3 chops down the line. And again, this has a couple of interpretations. One is that you're doing your right twice because you're right-sided usually, and the other way is not the move itself, it's the transition. So you have the transition once right to left and then left to right. So either are good. When often I'm doing my applications, I try and look for a meaning for all 3, but I understand that this is not for self-defense purpose. I'll give you a simple example of that. Go back to Pyeongidan, the chops. So you could look at the punch being the first attack, and then you could look at the second one being to try and return and control their limb and chop them, and as they defend you counter that and chop them with the other hand. So that's an example how it could work, but again it's more of a drill, less than real self-defense. What I'm looking today as a move that I never knew the name of, but it's when you're doing in a back stance, a low block towards your lead leg and a high into out with your backhand, and apparently this move can be called Manja MahkKi, which I always like shortened names for moves. Also I heard an English translation I quite like was pinwheel block, and that kind of makes sense to me as well. But nevertheless, in the form Jindo, you do this move 3 times but with a twist. So in the video today, we're going to look at the move as in being someone is grappling you. So you grab onto their arms, and I'm going to do it the same way as the form. So I've got both their arms and I'm trying to stop them from getting hold of me. I pull their right arm down with my left arm, and that is move number 1. And that will hopefully drag their right leg forward. Then I step into them and take their right hand with my left hand high and come underneath their lead right leg with my right arm, and that's the second move. And then in the form you spin. Now what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to do a fireman lift, drop to my knee and take the opponent over my shoulder and drop them onto the floor. Now I know in the form you don't drop to your knee on the 3rd block, but you do the move after, drop onto your knee and do a cross block, which could be a grab and punch, which I'm showing in the video. So just going to go through it a couple of times. Again, could start on the right, could start on the left, but it's basically disrupt, come forward, take their leg out, and then spin over, take them down, have them close to you, and punch. And with all my interpretations of moves, I'm not saying this is the way. I've seen this interpretation done many different ways. It was just a way to me where the 3 moves that are the same could be worked in a feasible self-defense situation. So thank you very much for watching this video. Are there other applications of forms where the same move is done 3 times on 3 different sides that you think is all part of the self-defense? Not in a drill purpose, but in a real, I say real, in a self-defense situation. Thank you very much for watching, and see you again next week.